A very good evening to all of you, and welcome to the closing session of the National Entrepreneurship Development Program. We have been through the program for nearly 3 months now, and it has been quite a journey, very successful, and we are all happy to see the end of the program today. Today, the items line up is as follows. We have a special person today to share his experience with you, Mr. Kosala Jayasundara. He built his own company, long years of experience, going through the same tough times that any entrepreneur would have to face in this journey. And he will tell you how he faced these situations and how he emerged victorious, who survived the COVID period and who switched to different technologies, different times. That will be of immense value to all of you to listen and get these experiences, spirits, and mindset into you so that you will also be able to have a big chance of being a successful entrepreneur in the future. So after Kosala, we have Professor Ajit Dialvis, the Chief Technical Officer, National Innovation Agency, and also Mr. Sankalpa Gambarge, Dr. Sankalpa Gambarge, to share their final thoughts with you and to wish you all the very best for your journey from here on. And after that, I will take over and explain what I recommend you after this course and what follows next and what we have to offer for you in the future. So that is in brief, the lineup today. And also you have a special time, right, to open up and share your thoughts with us about the program, about your future plans, and because we want to make this course even more successful in the future offerings. All right. So today, I want to make it in a different way. So I'm not going to introduce our speaker today. So he will tell you who he is, what he is, and how he came to this present situation after years of effort. I only can tell a few things about him. He's Kosala Jayasundara, a graduate from the University of Moratuwa, and I had long years of experience, relationship with Kosala. Even today, I work with him in some projects. So that's why I asked him, why don't you come and talk to our participants here in this program about your story? Kosala, so please introduce yourself and tell your story to our participants. And our participants, please place your questions in the chat room so that Kosala can answer these questions. We will take about maximum 20 minutes for this session. Kosala, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Professor Rahan. And welcome to you all. And thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to have this presentation. I really like sharing the thoughts I have about the entrepreneurship journey and all the experiences I had over these years. So as Professor Rahan mentioned, I graduated from University of Moratuwa in 2004. And since then, I was working with many startups. Initially, like I trained in Nikini Automation in my industrial training. Right after that, I started my company in 2003 itself, starting working with subcontract with Nikini. And then 2004, just after I passed out from uni, I was doing MSc, but I ran my own company called High Tech Solutions. And then likewise, there was a large amount of startups. I will go through them bit by bit. So it was a kind of active journey. Even before that, when I was doing my uni time, I had my own optical company in Kurunegala area. I still have that. And then in 2003 onwards, I had High Tech Solutions, which is still available, but I'm not part of the company. We started that as a 3-person partnership, and Buddhika, my partner there, is still running the company. You might know the company, they are doing industrial automation. Now they are more focused on machine manufacturing. And then I started another company called ePower Research and Development for power electronic research, again in 2004 with a partner. Still the companies there, they are running in Kalagedi. They have an office now there. We did a number of projects, including power supplies, welding transformers, and all these power products. And again, I'm not part of the company anymore. And then the reason is because I had to run High-Tech Solutions full time from 2009 to 2010. I ran the company full time because my postgraduates were over and everything. And at that time, we had a really good rapid growth. After that, after 2013, I needed a bit of break, so I joined MAS and still ran a part of the company called Excel Automation. We focus on to retrofit mainly Navy ships. So I retrofitted large amount of ships in Sri Lankan Navy, including most of the Dora crafts, Shakti, Sayura, likewise. They are bigger ships. So the idea was that I totally replacing their all the electronics wiring and everything and install new systems. That went on well. And meanwhile, I had like smaller stuff like advertising and a company for 6 months in with the partnership again for a short time. And in 2020, just before Corona, I decided that I'm done with my MA's full-time job. I worked there for 6 years and start my own company. It was a bit of bad timing because it was 3 months before Corona. I didn't know that the Corona is coming in, but I started the company. That was focusing mainly on marine automation. So I wanted to cater to the South Asian region, had a few dealerships and everything. And just after that, Corona hit and I couldn't move with that thing. But then I started a factory for face mask production, and then we ran paper cup production for some time and everything. So Exceltech Consulting was started in 2020, and I'm still running the company in a different domain. I'll explain it later. And then I again had a partnership with a US partner for electronic product development called Electron Private Limited. And unfortunately, my partner had to go for a defense project there, and he doesn't anymore have a clear US military clearance to work on his own company. So Electron is not operational anymore. But if you have if you are in the field for a bit of time, you might know Electron because we marketed our electronic products with Electron. So still, the universities know Electron name, not the Exceltech Consulting name, but still, I'm focusing on Exceltech Consulting now. And I again had a partnership for face mask production with another company called Loyal Enterprises. And again, that ran for another 1.5, I think around 2 years until this Corona pandemic was there. And then last year in 2022, I registered my company in Estonia. The reason was that with the financial crisis, we didn't have any dollars, and it was really hard to move the business. So again, I wanted to expand that to the European market also. So as a result, I went there, I registered my company there. Still, I am running Exceltech Consulting and Exceltech OU as two separate companies, but I'm in the process of merging them together. So it will be Estonian company as a mother company and a holding company, and Exceltech and Exceltech Consulting will be working as branches of that company probably from the next year onwards. So it's kind of what I have been doing over this probably 20 years. And just to give you an idea about what I'm doing now, I'm properly focusing on Exceltech OU and Exceltech Consulting Private Limited with Estonian and Sri Lankan company. And we are focusing our energy and effort for the moment on medical product development. So there are a lot other things going on. I am building some CNC machineries for woodcraft industry. Still, I have paper cup machineries going on. I have a small wearable tech mini production line in our office where we are integrating electronics into garments. Such small things are going on, but my main focus is on medical product development. I have done that for last 2.5 probably years and have gained a lot of experience in the field. And now in the next steps, I'm actually thinking about developing my own product. Currently, I'm on contract design and design development, which means the products that I developed are not owned by me. So all these products that you can see in the slide, they were developed by me, certified and everything, but those circuits and those products are not owned by me. So I can't post any photo of the actual product. I can post only the product, only the PCB of the product. But on my next step, I'm thinking about developing my own product and marketing on my own name, which normally takes a lot of money, a lot of effort, experience, practice, contacts, and everything. That's why I didn't do it for the last 3 years. But currently, I'm in a position that I can start doing that. So that's the situation. And just to give you a few success stories, we have gone through. We have done FDA class. That's a medical electronic development class. You need FDA class 2 for a bit complex product to sell in US. So we have developed therapeutical devices mainly for US market and some other products also, some marine control systems and wearables, smart garments, marine servo controllers, and motor controllers for subsea power applications. That means when the motor controllers are installed in the sea 2,000 feet down, and some devices with apps and everything. So all these things were developed within the last 2 years actually. And currently, I don't have a photo of it because we just started. Currently, we are developing a product similar to a mobile phone with a multi-core processor, RAM, SD, and everything for a customer. So again, we are quite confident and we are quite happy that we came through all the way and in the last few years. So that's a kind of a brief about what we are doing and the journey. And what I wanted to highlight today is not that about as the course is on entrepreneurship, I want to highlight why you should actually start a business. And on my opinion, Professor Rohan and the team have done a marvelous job with you about entrepreneurship and everything. This is about how I feel about entrepreneurship and why actually you should start a business and who should start a business. Because I don't think, on my personal opinion, that entrepreneurship is not for anyone. It sometimes little different to work with. Like it's not a regular 8 to 5 job, and it needs different set of skills. So as a result, I think it's suitable for only part of the people. And it's better that you start that business for the correct reasons. So I'll just give you an introduction about my mistakes and everything, then you can learn from them. One highlight I can get is how the most richest person in the world, Elon Musk, became richer. Like he would take steps which even I wouldn't take as such. So for an example, after selling PayPal, he had 180 million, which is a huge amount in Sri Lankan rupees. I think it's around probably 6,000 crore rupees. And he put 100 in SpaceX, 70 in Tesla, 10 in SolarCity, and he didn't have any money left. After having probably 6,000 crores, he didn't save anything, put everything into the very risky businesses. They are extreme risk businesses. And he had to rent for a house because he didn't have any money for a house. Likewise, that's a different journey, different risk-taking, and a different way of life. So Just to give you a few mistakes, or I don't ever call them mistakes actually, they are learnings. A few learnings that I had was in one case, I started multiple companies. My strategy was to have like a mass manufacturing company, marine design company, a partnership, all these things together so that I would be successful. Uh, uh, One company, it worked for me because, for an example, as I had multiple on endeavors, it took a bit of time for electronics to go up. Meanwhile, I had good cash flow with the mass business. So it for the moment thought like it's a good journey, good way of de-risking, but in a other way also, uh, it stopped me focusing fully on a single focused area, and it slowed down the process, on my opinion. Again, looking back, what I have done, it slowed down the main progress. And I didn't have, when I was starting at 2004, I didn't have necessary skills for entrepreneurship. I really like to be an entrepreneur. That was in my blood. I honestly know that is in my blood. Even when I went to MAs, I had really good salary and all these things, but and not having that kind of entrepreneurship experience was lacking there. So I really wanted to have my own company all the time, but I didn't have skills. Just after the graduation, I knew about my subjects, electronic, all these things well, but I didn't have skills for becoming a good entrepreneur. So this course, what you are following now, is supposed to offer you those skills which are needed for becoming a correct entrepreneur. Just having the drive is not enough. You need such a large amount of skills, different skills, when you are becoming your own or your own boss. And then again, I didn't have that kind of support structure, family background, funding, infrastructure, which is available with some of the people. Say if Bill Gates' son is starting a company, that's a different story than we are starting a company. It's not only the cash, it's also the background, contacts, infrastructure, knowledge, experience, all these things. And then when I was starting high tech, uh, it was in a wrong field. Again, I didn't have enough skill to evaluate the field, but as a whole, automation was not, on again my opinion, automation for only Sri Lankan companies, like that business model we are doing, just doing automation for Sri Lankan companies, going to factories, looking for their businesses. It was not the correct business model, and it didn't have enough cash or enough funding within that industry to have a successful company. And again, I had full expectations, strong priorities, and biggest issue was that cash was not a priority in the beginning. And when your priority is not cash, it's not easy to grow the business. Normally, in any company, cash is the driver. You might start the company for your personal interest, all these things, but if you don't have enough cash, if you are not focusing on cash flow, it will be really hard to grow. Still, I have that issue. I know personally, I have still that issue where I really like to build the things. I really want to do the complex things, not to do things where the cash is easier. I really want to do where it's challenging to do, which is not the correct thing to do in a company, because always you need that correct cash flow to grow and keep people with you. So there are so much of learnings on the way that I went through, and I really happy that I went through all these learnings. But it was hard. Like just to give you a few examples, on my third phase of the journey after MAs, I started my own company in 2020 January. We started the company. We had the contacts. I went to Netherlands and got the dealerships required for marine companies, and then opened an office here. And within 1 week, I had to close for 3 months. And even after that, travel was restricted, and I couldn't go to even. I won a few contracts, including Oman Navy, Thailand Navy, Thailand businessmen and everything. But those projects couldn't be executed because I can't simply travel. And then just after that, I started my mass manufacturing because it was growing business at that time. And then I had my factory caught fire and burned it down to ground and everything. In I think 2021, 2022, I had a big medical condition where I had to go out of work for a few months. Likewise, there was big challenges on the way, and sometimes it's really hard to keep the concentration and keep the momentum going. So it's good that if you are starting the company with a good uh, like kind of a different type of expectation and a different type of leverage. In leverage, I meant like you have to have more than enough cash for a good enough situation, because things happen really rapidly and things change a lot over the, especially in the last few years. World is not the same. We had really nice set of years. I'm always thinking that I went to MAs in the wrong time. um, I learned a lot in MAs. Like it's the best learning I had. But uh, I had a really good time at there. But it was the most calm and perfect time to start a business from 2000, probably 2011 to 2019. That was the best time ever. Like the world was growing perfectly. There was no hiccups here and there. Everyone was happy. Everything is growing. You had enough, more than enough funding from venture capitalists and everything. But after 2020, the world has shaken a lot with Corona, all these Ukraine issue and incoming Taiwan issue, and the economic downturns. There's a recession coming in. Actually, we are already in a recession in most of the countries. So the world is not the same anymore. So those the simple strategic planning and general cash flow calculations, they, on my opinion, it doesn't work anymore. So you, when you are working on a business, it's good to have backup plans, and it's really important to move extremely fast. The reason is you don't have enough time anymore. Like if you start a company in 2002, 2012, 2013, you had nice 8 years to grow the company. But if you start a company now, the world situation will be totally changed in a year or two. So you don't have that amount of time. So whatever company, whatever business you are starting, it should grow rapidly and change fast, and it should be agile. And you can't have very rigid, fixed structure for your company, because in another 2 years, you don't know where the world is, where the decision is, where the company's world is growing into, whether you will already have Chinese supplies anymore, whether all these supply chains are moving to Taiwan, Vietnam, India, all these things. What happens is really uncertain. So my advice is to move fast, have more than enough ways of having cash, and be agile, and always have mindset for a changing environment. Otherwise, I don't think like we can do the entrepreneurship or business development the way that we did for the last 10 years or 20 years. So hope I gave you introduction about what I have done, all these things, and hope you learned something. I wish I had enough time. Like you can't discuss everything in 20 minutes. It will take a day or two, but hope you get at least got something out of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kosala. Before we let you go, just one quick question. Now, when you were having these tough times, your company at some point it was burnt, and it was a huge setback, and you had a serious medical condition and left you in the back seat for a couple of months. So while all these things were happening, what makes you like keep going?
I don't like. It's like I didn't feel like quitting. So like for even at any time, like even when the company is burned down, it was totally out of my control. Someone like my adjacent company factory, it was burned down, so the flame came into my side. There's nothing I could do, but within the next 2 days, had my own separate company, moved whatever is remaining there to the next company, started the production. So I that's something, sir, like I would like everyone having the entrepreneurship, or having a business to have. You
Correct.
can't give up, because so much of bad things happen, so much of unexpected things will happen, that will allow you, that will be really reasonable reasons for you to quit.
Yeah.
But you can't, like, it's simply, if you can run, only if you are not quitting at all, whatever happens. That's my
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, thank you for that, Fazil. I think this is one key feature, hallmark of an entrepreneur, right? No matter what happens, you keep going, right? Whatever remaining, you pick them up and get going again. And now, when you were having these bad times again, uh, were you in a situation where your family members, your closest friend, relatives, saying that enough is enough, right? Go for some other job, monthly salary. Isn't it good enough? So were you in that position with family pressure, friends pressure to look away?
Yes. It's always is like, my family is not a business family. So doing your own business and having half the salary there as previous normal job is little new to them. So
Mhm.
sometimes you are not, it's not fair to expect that, even like the support and everything, because when your family is not accustomed to having businesses and everything all the way through, they don't understand the situation. So you can't simply expect from most of the families. That's why I said, like, it's different for each and every family and each every individual. So only issue is when you have that voice in your head. If it is external, you can just forget about it. But if that quitting voice comes internally, that's the issue.
Got it. Got it. Because yesterday we heard to Professor Larry Udell from US, and he said one of the important things of an entrepreneur is to get the family around the business. So it is very important to get the family to support you, right? Otherwise, you will be in a very tough situation as an entrepreneur. All right.
I'm, I'm, I'm 100% in agreement with you about it. That's only thing is, you can't grant, it's not granted, you might not have that, like, but I don't think that's a reason not to do the your own business. I'm
Yeah.
passionate about it, I'm doing it anyway, but
Yeah.
it's a really critical factor of success.
Exactly. Yeah. And thank you, Kosala, for sharing your extreme experience. I would say that is why I kept you towards the end of the program. And that's why I did not introduce you myself. An introduction was just this session itself. So all of you guys, participants today, Kosala has wealth of experience. He would be one of our mentors going forward. If you need any advice, I think Kosala would not think twice to support you. So we will have Kosala to support you in your future endeavors as well. So with that, Kosala, we wish you all the very best in your future endeavors as well. And we would like to see you as a big giant in Sri Lanka, big businessman, high-tech businessman in Sri Lanka. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Rosran, for the opportunity, and I wish you all the best for your entrepreneurship journey. Just reach out to me anytime, I'll help you as much as I could. Thank you.
A lot of thank yous are coming in, Kosala, for you. All right. So now it's time uh, to invite Professor Aditya Alvis, the Chief Technical Officer of the National Innovation Agency, to share his views with you. So you are finishing off your entrepreneurial course today, and you learn almost everything that you need to know to become an entrepreneur. It's not enough, but this is you're not missing anything in this course. So in that context, Professor Aditya always will explain you what is the way forward, what we have more to offer you. Ajit?
Hello, Rohan.
Hi, Ajit.
Hi. Good to see, good to hear that you have really successfully endured and completed a program that you were planning for such a long time, right? And that's important. And having the tenacity and the passion to ensure that you developed it and then finally delivered. But of course, the true success will come from having the number of participants who have probably stayed on with you till the end and ensured. I mean, when they really move into actually embrace entrepreneurship practically, that may be the day I'm pretty sure that you are looking forward to, right? Not just completing them. I mean, giving them ability to the tools to succeed, but also seeing that they actually move on. Yeah, it was interesting hearing Kosala. I remember very much back in 2008 when Kosala and we were bringing certain things into the Slintech, the brand new space, empty space, thinking about some reverse engineering, some nanotech work. We wanted to, we didn't want to buy equipment. We didn't have that money in some areas. So we were looking at doing some reverse engineering. I wonder whether Kosala remember it. So it's always, I suppose, entrepreneurship is following your passion, and he did indicate that you must also work towards the cash flow and so on. But in innovation, we hear about this word churn, right? Churn in the sense of starting something, it's stopping there, and then again having the will to go at it again, and so on. And I suppose that's a sign of an innovation economy, right? So it seems when I was listening to Kosala, he has demonstrated that extremely well. The number of places, number of companies started, initiated, moved on from automation, marine systems. I mean, like, of course, there was this one segment. You have to bring your speciality, of course, but it was very interesting to hear. And also, he has to work in the areas that at the time have been the right way, like he said about the manufacturing mask. So I suppose all of you need to identify this. Where's your passion lie, and what do you want to? It's not just thinking about the cash flow subsequently or the success and the accolades, but more so, I want to be engaged in doing this, and this is giving me money, yes, as well. But I am so happy doing this, what I am doing now, and leading it, and also taking my own decisions, because entrepreneurship is not like 8 to 4. It's almost a 24/7, 365, right? You never stop. You are the boss, and you reap rewards, and you suffer from the consequences of your decisions as well. And the ability to balance that and navigate toward success, that's the spirit that you need to have. And in that process, as it was shown, that you have successes, you have failures, but you get up and run. And of course, in our side, what we have to do is to ensure that we provides you with an environment that's much more conducive for you all to fail and yet succeed, right? And that is something probably in Sri Lanka that we must work towards, because you find if you take United States, the land of opportunity, the failures are taken as successes in the sense that you are respected for that. Right. In our case, we really do not have that level of thinking. And as again Kosala said, the families may not be behind you. A single failure may be the end of it, right? And I like that word that you mentioned about the inner voice, right? But it's sometimes very difficult to keep the inner voice because outside sound may be deafening, right? It may be so much and in so many various ways. So these are things that you need to understand. But from our side, having contributed or supported to this endeavor, that we must look towards how to support you to move towards success, right? And yeah, almost in the near future, in supporting you in maybe in even selecting areas and developing clusters, so that small economic space really become open to you all, that's what we hope. And again, finally, for Rohan, this was really a journey that done with a lot of planning and a lot of volunteering, and you all benefited from that support and expertise and the time given by many individuals who volunteered their way into this. And again, as we heard, they are also ready to support you in the future, right? As mentors and so which is important, and you should actually reach out. That's a benefit, that because earlier I think it was mentioned in the very early in the very first one that there were times that this type of support was not available. Today you have that support. Today even though the environment is much more dynamic and complex and perhaps not so as rosy in a way that Kosala was also indicating between 2011 and 2019. But then, of course, that's the way you had to take. You had to take what you have been given. It's how you navigate and how you use your knowledge and your passion that will deliver success. It doesn't. Not all things are externally aligned so that you will reach success. You have to charter the course, and today you have much more beneficial elements available to you to reach out and succeed. And from our side of National Innovation Agency, we will also will work towards doing, because for the economy, entrepreneurs are very much needed. You are job creators, you're not job seekers, and also transforming ideas into impact, perhaps what an entrepreneur is always want to achieve. Again, reaching out from Sri Lanka to the outside, we need that very badly. These external linkages, and that also pushes us to be quality conscious and to be competitive in a global way, rather than thinking protection, tariffs, and laws and regulation to support you to succeed. You will only succeed for a while. That will not go in the long way, right? So we must be bold enough to understand. We must overcome some of these limitations in thinking that some of our industries still follow asking government for all sorts of support and protection, and thereby hiding their problems, hiding their errors, and they don't grow out of them. They will slowly lose with them, right? And we must understand that. So I suppose I will again wish you all to achieve and move into that final journey. You have been equipped with ideas and perhaps points, and also the extension of support for you to the future. You must reach out, and above all, it's your decision to be the entrepreneur, and how well you will use this information and gather rest much more the outside, and use your head and use your will and use your passion to succeed. And that will not only help you really well, it will help Sri Lanka as well, which I think we really value that. We will value that in time to come. So all the very best, and continuing and sustaining this. And I know this is not an end. This is just an end of the first program. And let's hope we will take some lessons out of this and move towards an even better version in the next stage. And our support and commitment is there. So thank you, Rohan. And above all, thank you for the team who joined in and stayed on. And I know some are listening to the videos and looking at the videos, myself included in a couple of cases. I've been looking at some of them. So there's a lot of this material to go back and visit and learn. So that's helpful in this time, age, and climate. So very much the best for your future journey. And we hope to see 100+ entrepreneurs with bold new ideas engaging in that direction to turn them into commercial realities. Thank you, and all the best. Over to you, Rohan.
Thank you, Ajit. Thank you very much for that. Now, between Professor Ajit and Dr. Sankalp, I would like to ask our participants to let us know about how you feel about the course and your plans, etc. Before I ask Sankalpa to speak, then Sankalpa can gather your comments and also here and provide his insights into you. Sankalpa, would you mind following to that schedule?
Yes, sir, sure.
Excellent.
I think probably if they have any special questions, we can take it first,
Yes,
right, sir?
exactly.
Before I make any of the comment.
Exactly. That's what I thought. So participants, now it's your time now. You can raise your hands or unmute and speak, but make sure you speak very short, simple, right? Maybe within a minute or so that we can give a chance to almost as many people as possible. Please speak out and let us know your thoughts.
So if not, just to break the silence, let me share a couple of words and again give them a chance. So I'm pretty sure, let me take a very simple metaphor. I think let's consider this video series as a swimming 101, right? If such a scenario, some of you maybe already found a pond or pool or whatever, or swimming pool or sea or whatever thing, and you guys may be already trying to swim. So those who are already trying to swim, I think you would be able to relate and different circumstances how these tips are being shared by the speakers can be applied. And those who are not yet got into a pool or pond or somewhere which has a little bit of enough water, I think first thing is I'm encourage you to get into that pond. So get into that pond, have different flavors. One is it is not really required for you to quit your job, right? Because we know the entire country is full of opportunities, and all of our companies are expecting their employees not to follow the order and run. I think especially they are expecting employees to be the entrepreneurs. I would use the word entrepreneurs. So you all to take a challenge, leadership, initiative, and run, because the companies are in a very turbulent scenario, both locally and globally. So hence, I think there's an ample amount of opportunities, small ponds to big ponds to small pools to big pools in your environment. But important part is you guys need to get into a swimming suit and swim. So with that note, I think probably, sir, we will give them a chance to raise their questions and then share a little bit more thoughts.
Yeah, sounds good. So can I ask few participants to share their thoughts? Chaminda, are you there?
Yes, Professor, I'm there.
Yeah. So can we have your thoughts about the course and how you want this course to be modified in the future so that we can offer even a better course next time?
Yes, Professor. Firstly, thank you all of you given this opportunity to us develop our knowledge and experience level. I think all are okay in my side, because actually I am an exam officer. I'm working at a private company and weekends semi-government open university. Actually, I am running a small business, the cashew business. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So much of knowledge I gained this through my program. Actually, some speakers are I already know. Dr. Buddhadasa, Dr.
Right.
Teshara. They always give us a lot of knowledge in every time. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, Chaminda, for that. And we have a raising hand, Ruzan. You can speak out, unmute and speak, and all the others, you can use any language you want, right? Let us know your thoughts in any language.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, brother, for your opportunity. My name is Roshan. was working in the health ministry project, but now I am out of it because of my business. I have started a small business. Actually, we are doing a detergent powder business. We are manufacturing, and we are owning a brand called FOMO. It's a new. So we are in the process of that. So it's very helpful for us because of this course. We have come to know many strategical things and many information which we are not aware of it. So thank you very much for contacting this course, and we are looking forward to meet all together to you, and we can. I hope we can share much more experience when we are meeting physically. So if it is possible, you can arrange a get together or something during the certificate ceremony or something. It's my suggestion. So that to get more. Yeah. So thank you for every professors and every individual who teaches us and who trained us. Thank you very much. It's a great opportunity to thank you all. And if it is possible to meet you all directly, it's very helpful. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Ruslan, for your sentiments. In fact, we must thank all of the volunteers here, all of the lecturers, including the foreign resource persons. They are all volunteers, right? This is a zero budget program, right? Very successful, very high return on investment. Already we see the benefit. And also, we are certainly looking forward to that event. We can organize one at the university, maybe share, like give away your certificates, and you guys can organize a small event. Yeah, certainly possible. We will certainly do that. So we have many more hands coming up. Dilani, please speak out.
Hello.
Yeah, Dilani, go ahead.
Hello, Professor and Dr. Sankalpa. Actually, I'm running a company which is 3 years old now, and I have actually attended several programs on entrepreneurship which were conducted by the World Intellectual Property Organization. But of course, I'm really happy to be a part of this program, as this is for the first time in Sri Lanka, and I learned a lot, and even I could meet a few of my old former lecturers at this program, Dr. Cajon, I should mention, and one more lecturer was there. So that means you all made a world-class opportunity for Sri Lankans, and actually I'm in the pool at the moment and struggling. And so far we have gained a considerable level of recognition for the company, and looking forward to level up the company according to what we learned from this program. And thank you so much for the for this awesome content. And we had a beautiful experience in our entrepreneurial journey, thanks to the world-class trainers we had. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you, Dilani. And a lot of thank yous are coming in. So I think that's all. Raise hands. Sankalpa, then maybe you can continue.
Yeah, I'll just try to summarize probably the entire maybe 10 weeks or whatever thing into very few things, right? Not going to any of these things, but I think as I started to set the context, you guys are now in the pool. Those who are in the pool, I think what I want to tell you is something which I heard from many of the great world-class successful business people or the entrepreneurs. They all were referring to one very interesting book. Nothing about business. It is all about war. So it is The Art of War, right? Very old book written by Chinese, I think by Sun Tzu. And Art of War tells about 10 points. You don't have to read everything, but 10 points. Very simple thing. Again, summarizing, know yourself and your enemy. So where know yourself is, it's all about know your strengths and weaknesses, know your enemies about opportunities and threats, right? Portray strength when you are weak, because this is a war. You don't have to let your competition throw you, because make sure you have to show you are stronger when you are actually weak. But when you are actually strong, don't show you are that powerful. So in other words, portray strength when you are weak and weakness when you are powerful. Second very important message. Third point from the same book is strike the enemy when they are unprepared. So how can we take that point is, there are plenty of big businesses. For example, in my own experience, big brick and mortar businesses, they were doing very well, were some of my own customers in the world. Walmart to Macy's, Kohl's department stores, latter two were my own customers. They all almost bankrupt. What happened when they were not prepared? The dot-com era, total unidentified people such as Amazon came and disrupted that business. So you got it, right? How that particular point is being applied. So in this context, there are other well-established businesses. You have to understand, there is a time they are vulnerable because of changes in the environment. So I think that's why, in other words, for me, this is a very important opportunity for new entrepreneurs, because entire local economy is disrupted, global economy is disrupting, lots of things are coming up, good opportunity for you all. Then, utilize SPICE. Simply, what you mean is you need to know what's happening around the world. But again, you need to focus on your strengths, but don't get carried away by your enemies, but you need to know what's happening. So you use your SPICE. Make sure the landscape, make use of the entire landscape. So how are you going to know the entire landscape? Again, I would come to the latter part to give you a little bit of tips. What we can help you all in the next phase. Be adaptable. So this is the same word, over and overuse, be agile. Focus your efforts. Make sure you need to focus on yourself. Over and over it says, you need to attack your enemy's core. So this is, in other words, so whatever the market you are going to disrupt, you need to focus on that and attack to that. So use falsehood. In a conflict, deception is a potent weapon. You can obtain the upper hands by tricking your adversary. Final one, recognize when to withdraw. So as there are certain scenarios, we need to withdraw and we need to put a different strategy. So withdrawal doesn't mean we are going to say we are going to stop our entrepreneur. Withdrawal is only temporary. Get back and hit back, hit front. So this is what you need to do. So in this context, so we all got into our some sort of a background setting for you all. I think how can we help you all? So already, for example, I think most of the resource people who came and contributed comes from, I think there are lots of very interesting entrepreneurs gatherings, clubs, networks. Get connected to some of them, because that network is going to give you wisdom, experience, as well as leads and partnerships. So hence, get connected to them. And what personally, me and some of the resource people, we are ready to do is, we as Trace, it is Entrepreneurs Club, no traditional ways, no qualifications, nothing, who believes technologically reawakening culture of excellence of the country. So it is a club where we encourage entrepreneurship through innovation and creativity. So it is not a traditional club. You don't have to apply for membership or anything. So just get connected, and we will see how we can support you. We don't have a structured programs or anything, but we are very agile. We'll see how we can support you. Important part is we would be able to connect and clear a lot of obstacles from the legislative perspective if required. For that, already NIA is there. Similarly, if you want to get connected with the international community, business community, it's there. And I think some of the resource people who already came and supported you all, Heminder is part of that. Heminder is right now trying to build Trace Ventures to zap some of these requirements of venture funding and different things. So working out, and that particular group is having enormous amount of pro investors and venture funding people around the world is talking to them, to Heminder, and a lot of interesting things are there. So if you need any help, just always comes to us. We may not have a direct answer, but we are very happy to support you. In that network, it is not only a Colombo-centric network, it is been connected with groups of entrepreneurs around the country, regional level. And if you are in East Coast, you can get connected to Dreamspace. If you are in Badul area or Uva, you can connect it with the Uva startup. If you are in Bayamba, there's around Red Center, there are groups. If you are in Jaffna, connect with the YAL groups. Likewise, we have a lot of, if you are in Kandy, you can get connected with the Kandy Startup Hub. So likewise, there are different groups. Just find them, connect with them, right? And same time, make sure you have a journey you need to run alone. That is your own entrepreneur journey. That is your own business. So focus on that. Same time, try to help each other, because then only that helping each other is the way we would be able to clear the ground where we all are operating. So we are there to support you right throughout, as we did during this program, as well as going after. So that connections is very spontaneous and ad hoc, and wherever required, maybe in a very structured manner also, feel free to reach out to us, and we are there to support you all. So thank you, sir. Thanks.
Thank you.
All the best
Thank
for
you.
everyone.
Thank you, Sankalpa, for sharing your thoughts with our participants. And as Sankalpa mentioned, a lot of work happening in this landscape. So now I'm going to show you just one of them, right? So hope you can see my screen. All right. So I want to wrap up things in just a couple of slides. All right. Before we break away. So 12 points, right? 12 points. So I would like to see things in numbers, right? So number one, team. So make sure you have the right team. I'm not going to lecture you now. There are a lot of videos, material you can go back and read. I just want to tell you the team. Make sure you have the right people in the group, and make sure you don't have unfitting member, a bad apple in the group, right? Be very careful, very selective, very choosy when you pick up people to your group, right? They should be, everyone in the team should be as much passionate and dedicated as you are, right? Number two, financial management. Make sure you do it right from the day one, okay? Do not play with money. Every little thing, 1 rupee, 2 rupee, right? Everything should be recorded properly so that you don't have problems in the future, all right? Number three, awareness of company law and labor law. Make sure you respect the law of the land and you do the right thing and you abide by all these rules. Company law, labor law, all right? A lot of material again available, information, knowledge, everything, and you can do it without any issue in a proper way. Okay, do not disregard any of these laws. Number four, watch out when you employ people. You have to do your due diligence, which means when you employ people, do not just get them into your permanent cadre, permanent appointment, right? Make sure you keep them on hold for 6 months and evaluate whether this is the right person that you want to keep in your team for a long period, right? Otherwise, get rid of them. And also, due diligence is very important. And you do this in honest manner. No hidden agendas, no going around the problems, right? You do it in a right way. It's very important. Build your network. It's not you and your inner group, but you need to build a bigger network. There should be a lot of friends around. Like we have 100+ people here in this group. Make sure you know each and everyone. Make sure you meet maybe a couple of times a year at least. Talk to each other, right? Communicate it with each other when you have problems and share your views, experiences, get help, network. So that is how businesses are built, okay? Not just one single person. Maintain your business model canvas, right? And you have to build it. Build a model canvas. Then you can see things that you did not see earlier, right? Everything is visible as a dashboard, right? There's nothing that is hidden from your site, okay? It's very important. Identify your customer. Make sure you know your customer. What is the selling proposition, right? There are various ways of getting into the market, right? Not just one way. Number 8, check on SWOT analysis, PESTEL, and Porter's 5 forces. Kosal mentioned now, Sankalp also mentioned that the world is changing so fast. And Kosal said you have to be very quick because before the world changes, you have to pitch your whatever product to the market and get your return. I'm not very sure whether this is possible in the time scales, but when the world is changing, technology is changing, the forces are changing, external forces. That's why we studied PESTEL analysis, remember, or Porter's 5 forces. These are very important. If you know these things, right, you will be better prepared to face to what is coming in your way in the next 6 months, next 1 year, and so on, right? It's very important. Pitch and raise capital for growth and expansion. So this is also very important. You need to raise capital, okay? You can do bootstrapping like what Danica did, but it doesn't work for a lot of other startups. You have to raise capital quickly, okay, because bootstrapping is kind of slow. Sometimes when the world changes, you have to quickly invest, quickly expand, quickly get on business and recover your money, right? So maybe raising capital is also very important. Think about your brand and experience marketing. Tasim shared you a fantastic presentation, right? And he said, think about your brand. It's not just marketing. What you are and what kind of experience you are bringing to the customer. It's not the brand. And he mentioned, remember, Nike is not telling about the shoes, right? But it tells you a story, and people like story and they buy the product. So that way. So think laterally, think differently. Number 11, focus on your main function and outsource other functions. Sudhat shared his experience with you, how he built his company, right? He outsourced a lot of peripheral jobs so that he doesn't have to waste time on that. And he focused on the main function of the company. And he's very successful. All right. Don't try to do everything by you and your core team, like vertical integration, like what Ford company did 100 years ago. It's not the modern day practice. And number 12, last one, check if you have IP to protect, manage, and exploit. If you have any IP, don't get IP as an obstacle in your way. But if you have a serious IP, right, protect it, manage it, and exploit it. So that is how Kirti successfully built his company. Now you can see, you heard to many people who have successfully built their empires, right? Business startups and so on, but their journeys are different, right? So that's why you have to figure out what works you in the best possible way. All right. Do not try to follow anybody, but learn from everybody, right? Good experiences that others have already shared with you. So keep these 12 points. More details are available in the videos and the lecture notes. Right, now within October, this month and beyond, so what we have to offer? Number 1, we have to finish up with the the formalities of the course, assignment submission, right? There's one assignment already online available. Another one will be available in the next couple of days. An MCQ paper is available, probably will get underway starting Tuesday or so. These are the 3 assignments we have in the course. Make sure you work on these assignments and submit your answers before the end of this month, October. Certificate distribution will happen in early November. We probably should be able to have a little gathering at the university and distribute your certificates. And for that, I invite Chaminda, Sanjay, and you guys to have a simple program at the university, right? We can host you there and communicate with me on any of these plans or through your WhatsApp group. All right. So what's your next move? All right. What's your next move? So you have to figure that out. But from our side, I would say it's really good if you can maintain your WhatsApp group, right, as a platform to share your experiences, to help each other, to network with others, build partnerships, etc. Because entrepreneurship is a task that you do with a lot of people, a lot of experts, a lot of people who think alike, all right? So therefore, it's very important that you maintain this WhatsApp group and communicate among yourselves. And we have another platform coming up. We are in the process of getting it built, and we call it National Innovation Ecosystem, which is an online platform. Now, let me share with you that platform. One second. All right. So now what you see on the screen is what we are building right now as the next phase for you, right? After going through the entrepreneurship course, there's nothing you have not heard about entrepreneurship. But as we always say, this is not enough. This is essential information, right, to know everything. But when you walk your journey, right, it's a totally different experience. You have to make it happen. To help you with the second phase, we are building the National Innovation Ecosystem. There are so many other things also happening, trees and different entrepreneurship epicenters, hypercenters around Sri Lanka. Sankalpa already shared with you, and this is yet another one. So what is this? This is for you, right? When you have a idea or product, prototype that you think is commercially viable, you can enter into this online platform and you can describe your product here. Just click it and describe what it is, right? It can be a pharmaceutical drug or Ayurvedic drug, maybe a healthy food, maybe energy saving device, whatever it is. Just explain briefly it here. Then you are getting some noise. Let me attend to that. Yeah, right. So then we will get your tech brief, right? So we will look at that and we will assign you a mentor. Mentor is an experienced person like Kosala, for example, like Sankalpa, right? Like Fayaz, like Heminder. Some experienced person who knows about how to build startups, how to grow companies and all that. So he will get in touch with you to guide you through the journey. So this is your journey. Number 1, sign up. Number 2, you have to wait a week or 2 until you get your mentor appointed. Number 3, there's a meeting between you and the mentor. All right. So at that meeting, you are developing what is called the tech brief. This one, when you click this, it will be downloaded. So let me share the entire screen so that you can see everything on my screen. All right. So now this is what is called the tech brief. So as that, just give me a second. Oops. Tech brief, right. This is one of the most important documents that you fill in the very early stage of development. All right. I know there are a lot of people here who are in the early stage of development, and you need to fill this document. As you fill this document, you get a very broader vision into your own product. Okay. So you write down technical information. Okay. The title of the product that you have. Is it a concept or lab prototype or field tested prototype? A lot of things. I'm not going to go into details here, right? You need to fill that with the mentor. So this is something John Fraser discussed with you, value proposition. Remember, when you write it down, you figure out a lot of things about your own product, right? Right. So once you fill it up, right, you go into, now you are number 3, step number 3 at the moment, and you go to the services. Now you are guided by the mentor to access some of the resources available to you, right, to build your prototype and test it. Okay. So what are the services available? Here you can see the services available. Say, for example, you need some equipment, right, to build your prototype, and you don't have equipment. So you run around. This is the frustrating time for a lot of entrepreneurs, right, to build a prototype. But there are a lot of equipment in the universities and research centers in Sri Lanka, and we are collecting them all here, like equipment and services. Once you click this one, right, this is getting built. You can see 3D printers, laser cutters, CNC milling, lathe, etc. Machines that you can access. You don't need to have these machines or pay huge amount of money to get the service done, but you can come over here at a very reasonable cost. You can get the service done. Okay. So that is equipment. And if you need professional skills, right, there is this page. You can see there are people who are experts in PCB design, SolidWorks, Arduino, Python. You want to code and you don't know how to code Python, and we can list up a bunch of people who are experts in Python coding. You can call them and ask them, can you do this for me? If there's a payment involved, it's a small payment, you can make that payment and get the service done. So that is why we call this platform innovation ecosystem. All of the services entrepreneurs or inventors need in the early stage are made available in this platform. Similarly, if you want to figure out whether there's an intellectual property in my invention, you can click this button over here and you see people who are with the skills of evaluating whether you have an intellectual property in your product. And also business development support, legal support, and investors. When all these subsystems are available on the same platform, you as an inventor or early stage entrepreneur can access all these services quickly as and when you need the services, so that you can actually quickly move on the development platform and become a successful entrepreneur in shortest possible time. So that is our expectation, to get this innovation ecosystem up on the web and give the service to you. All right. That's the end of my brief presentation. Now it's time to hear to you your final thoughts. If there's any more left, anything that you want to know about the innovation ecosystem or any other services available, please raise your voice. It's free time now for us to chat. And also you can send your whatever. I think there are a few questions that we could not answer yet. I'll make sure I get the answers from the resource persons and send you the answers by email within probably this week. All right. Any more thoughts? Any more views? Yeah. Hevapati, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. I would like to say something about this course. I would like to thankful for everyone organized from your end also. And I would like to say something about my career journey. I started my business without any knowledge or any experience before the 3 years ago. And we got so many things with our experience. We learned a lot of things. But in these little days, we got so many things from UN. More than our experience, we got so many things from UN. Thank you for your cooperation, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hevapati. So we wanted to make sure that we have almost everything you need to know as an entrepreneur in this 12-week program, right? So that was the original requirement, objective of this course. So today, I'm pretty sure I can tell you this, that you have heard almost everything you need to know as an entrepreneur. But it's not enough. It's not enough. When you walk through your journey, make sure you use all these knowledges, right? All this information, right? To make the best decision. And also use all of the resources available to you to quickly get on the job. Do not take too long because the world is changing so fast. Okay. Your opportunity will not last for far too long, right? Within a certain amount of time, you have to get the job done. All right. Then we have another raise hand, Tatsara. Please unmute and speak.
Yeah, I'm Tatsara, sir.
Tatsara, sorry.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Actually, sir, I'm really grateful for you to conduct this session because actually I'm a medical officer and currently I'm following the MBA in Colombo University.
Right.
And I'm planning to start my own business regarding this baby products. So in my MBA, I learned many theories and all those things, but from this course, I got to know many practical scenarios. Actually, when most of the time, what we get is just the theory.
Yeah.
But actually, we want to know the real scenario in the business field. So it's really a wonderful experience to have this session. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Tatsara. Actually, when we designed the program, we wanted to have two people on one topic. You may have heard that, right? You experienced where every day we had two speakers. By and large, one person focused on the theory, textbook part. The other person experience sharing in the same lines, right? So that really worked well. And mind you, the book theories are not actually something coming from the heavens, right? The books are written by people who actually engage in certain thing, in activities, and they learn something by experience, and later they write in a book. So therefore, what you see in the books is someone's experience actually, right? So therefore, it's very important to have the proper mix, the books, theories, and also the experiences. Yeah, because books are important, but the theories in the books are in the past experience. But the new experience, what people are undergoing or enduring today, are yet to come to the books. It will take another couple of years for this experience to come into the books as theories. Okay, so therefore you need to catch up all these things, past and the present, and also a bit of future as well. All right. Anybody else who want to speak? And I'm really excited to see you guys at the university, probably early November, if everything goes as planned. So I invite Chaminda, Sanjay, and Hevapati, and you guys who are leading probably the cohort in front. Make sure you communicate with everybody and plan a convenient day for everybody, right? So that a lot of people, as many people as possible, can come tomorrow to right, and meet each other and have a pleasant session there. All right, then if there are no more questions for today, everybody has probably shared their views, and I'm really happy to see the end of the program. In fact, not the perfect end of the program. This episode of the program is ending today. And it's very important that we start something and we end it properly. And I have seen some projects going on and on and on indefinitely and eventually end up abruptly. So we should not do that. We have to start a program, have a timeline, have a milestones to achieve them and finish the program. So make sure you get that spirit also to your head, heart, and mind. Everything has a start, beginning, as well as an end, and we want to make sure we successfully end each and every episode of whatever you're doing. So with that, I would like to conclude this interactive session of the entrepreneurship program, 12 weeks. We have been meeting every week. It was a pleasant journey, a nice experience for me as well. And I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. And I hope to see you at Morotua in early November. And thank you very much and have a good night.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
Thank
you,
you.
Sir Rohan. Thank you so much.
Thank you and good night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you
so much, sir. Good night.
Bye-bye. Good night.